Hello, welcome. This is Project Healing Waters, Fayetteville, North Carolina program, and today's fly is the Little Sally dry fly. We have not done too much dry fly fishing in western Carolina. We just really haven't been exposed to it. Let me rephrase that. A lot of our participants have not been exposed to it. But now that we are looking to do a couple courses in top water bugs, we are going to do starting a lot of dry flies. This dry fly is out of focus. Well, maybe I need to tone it back a little bit. There we are. So essentially, this is supposed to be really good for the parks in Western Carolina, and I can't wait to tie it. This one is the second one in March, so we can definitely give it a whirl if we do see some top water action. The materials that we're using is the hook is a Daiichi 1270 dry fly hook, size 14. The thread is Ultra Thread 70 denar, color yellow. The hot spot in the back is Danville's floss. This is 4-strand, and you'll see why in a minute. The dubbing, we were gifted these huge bags of different color dubbing, and it's really fine dubbing, and I like it. So I've wrapped up a bunch of baggies for the participants in the class, and hopefully they like it as much as I do. The whole point of giving it to us was to use it within the course, and I just have so much of it. I decided to give some out. The wing that we're here is I'm using deer bleached deer belly. The hackle, I am using just a white wish cake, and I believe that's everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. And essentially what we want to do is we want to start our thread about where our wing casing is going to be, or just wing. So that's about right, probably about there. What we don't want to do is crowd the eye of the hook. Remember, we have a problem with overdubbing the eye of the hook, and especially with hackles. We tend to put those right on the eye of the hook and then run into problems with actually using the fly. So we're going to take our 4-strand floss, and I'm just going to grab 2 strands out of it, and we are going to snip the ends so we can tie it in, and then we are going to capture the floss. We're going to bring it back. That looks about good to me for a hot spot. And essentially this is just a hot spot. So let's separate our fibers. There we are. And I'm going to bring this forward. Get it out of the way. So I'm going to take this and wrap it backwards 5 to 6 times. Be careful with the hook point. And we're just creating a nice, and of course it's going to do that to me. So I'm just going to twist it up and And that's essentially what I'm looking for right there. So now I'm just going to bring it forward. Bring my thread back and secure all this. And it really doesn't matter. I know you have people out there talking about technique and the proper way to do things. It's my fly. I'm going to tie it. I'm teaching the class. If you want to be critical, come teach the class. Otherwise, I don't care. But yes, essentially it's doing what I need it to do. And also, we're putting dubbing on this. So, technique, who cares? So, what we'll do with the next strand is we are going to bring that forward. And what that will do is prevent the floss from going down the back of the hook. So just go ahead and put 2 wraps in it, and then you can kind of tighten it. No, we don't want that. And then just bring it, if it'll cooperate, bring it forward. Once you get several wraps, then we can start cinching it down. Okay. So, okay, I'm just going to bring all this down. Try to cover up as much as the red as possible. But remember, we're putting dubbing in here, so it doesn't really matter. I just don't want any of that red to potentially poke through and come out the side of the fly. That would be kind of stupid looking. Okay. So from here, I'm going to grab my little thing of dubbing out of my big bag of dubbing, and gonna mix it up a little bit. Got some little boogers in here that I don't care for. They tend to make the dubbing bulky. Okay, so I'm gonna take my dubbing and I'm gonna put it on the thread, create a noodle, and that looks good to me. I'm gonna slide it up, and then we're just gonna carry it forward. Like so. And it looks like, no, that looks pretty good. Hot spot might be a little too big, but it's my fly. Alright, so I'm going to put a little bit more to carry us up to where we're going to do the wings. And then just work it back to make that body work for you. And debating wings. Yeah, I think that's pretty good for where I'm going to put my wings. And the wings are the deer belly. So I'm just going to grab a pinch of this and remove it from the hide, and this is essentially what I have, almost like a quarter pencil. I'm going to grab the long fibers out of it, and then we're going to take it and we're going to kind of get rid of the small fluffy fibers, wet your fingertips if needed. Okay, and then I'm going to take it up here and remove any unwanted fibers. Also, I see that sometimes you get some really, really thick fibers, and you might want to just try to remove those. I'm not going to do this in front of the camera anymore because it's a pain. So I think I've got pretty much everything I want out of it. And do be careful with this stuff. It does, and maybe it's just mine that I have because it's very brittle, and if you manhandle it too much, it just snaps on you. So this is about where I want it, right about there, coming off the bend of the hook. And so I'm going to switch hands, and then I'm going to remove the remaining portion. and hopefully I can tie it in without messing it up. Okay. And we're just going to pinch it, bring it down right there, do a couple more wraps like so, and then we're just trying to use the butt ends to secure this. Okay, and see if we can wrap some of all that stuff down. Come on, fall for me. And you just keep on wrapping until we can secure this stuff down. Do diagonal wraps, and that may catch these fibers, but you don't need to catch them all. And so then what we want to do is we want to get in here and just kind of push this down. And that looks pretty good. What is that coming out the side right there? Is that, yeah, I don't like that. That looks like a sore thumb. So that's going. And I've got one on top here. Ooh. Just be careful doing this because of it's easy to cut your thread. So I'm just going to walk this back a little bit more to secure that down. And now what we're going to do is we are going to put in our hackle. If I can find it, because it was right here. It flew off on me. Okay. I was complaining about not being able to stage flies for one of the past builds. But I forget what build that was, but no big deal. I found my hackle feather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, essentially what we're doing is, this feather was really long. So I stripped it mid-feather because the fibers were really would be out to here, and that's what you don't want. So I took mid-feather, stripped them, and cut it, and then I'm going to be saving the remainder for some other project. So now what we want to do is we want to take this and try to secure it on the side. And make sure it's nice and secure in there. Leave yourself some room to remove the stem. Alright. And that looks pretty good to me. I think I might be able to get that down. Yeah, perfect. Alright. So now you can use hackle pliers or use your fingers. I am going to just go ahead and use my fingers. And so we want to wrap essentially twice on the back, and then we're just going to do spacing wraps forward and just maneuvering these fibers backwards to where we're not tying right on top of each strand, each wrap, I mean. And just take your time. You can see how those fibers want to be a little difficult, and we might have to cut some out. But just go ahead and I think that's where I want to stop with this. And you don't want to overcrowd the eye of the hook. Like so. Okay, I'm going to try to bring this back as much as I can so I can snip it. Just remember to move your thread out of the way. Okay, let's see if I can. It's perfect. Alright, and then it doesn't look like I have to cut too much out or anything out actually. Alright. Don't have to do too many crazy wraps. don't have to use thread to fix a lot of mistakes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my whip finish up. And I'm just going to do 3. We will be using, I will be using some glue to secure that tip, but the front of the fly. But there we are. It's the tiny Sally Hansen. Not Sally Hansen. What's the name of this? Little Sally dry fly. I'm sorry. If you have any questions or comments, certainly leave us a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. I have a full-time job, and where I work, I'm not able to enjoy social media like some, but I will get back to you. I will view it sometime this week, in between that and soccer. But we get back to you as quick as we can. If you're interested in how we do our rod builds, that video, there's several videos already out, but the video list, the last 2 videos are going to be hopefully posted tonight, if not tomorrow. And they will be put in order of beginning to end and of how we do them. There's some other stuff that was added in there, stuff that we don't do, but we felt that it would be beneficial to add that and possibly introduce that to our group at a future date, and that is doing the reel seat and cork. And we did our own cork on that rod, and it turned out really nice. We did a 11-2 nymphing rod, Euro nymphing rod, and currently we have not built any nymphing rods, but I think that is something that we were probably going to get into, because we have people who are have done many different rods and are looking to expand their experience. All right, that's enough from me jabbering. This is Project Healing Waters, Fayetteville, North Carolina program. And if you like what you are seeing, go ahead and give us the like button, and share if you want to share it with fellow veterans or your fellow fly fishermen. And if you're really interested in what we are doing as a program, we will be having a ton of videos of fishing. We will be, I think in about 4 weeks, we are going to the mountains, and hopefully I'll be able to capture a bunch of video footage of what we do, how we do it, and where we're at. Then I think the following month in April, we will be doing the same thing, just in a different place. So thank you for watching. This is Project Healing Waters, Fayetteville, North Carolina program, signing off.